As you may know, Uber has become a fairly popular mode of transportation in most urban centers in the United States. It is a ride-sharing network in which a person who owns a private vehicle is an independent contractor, and they contact Uber to receive notifications to pick up folks and take them to their destinations, rather than hiring a taxi cab, which would be in many instances much more expensive. You can summon an Uber vehicle by an application, smartphone, in which you put down your destination and they give you a price, and then you're picked up by that private individual. The only problem arises when you are involved in an accident with someone driving an Uber vehicle, or you are a passenger in an Uber vehicle. The terms of all insurance policies exclude coverage, liability coverage, when a vehicle is used for hire. This is not a problem when you're dealing with taxi services, because those are usually major companies. But when you're dealing with a person who's a driver of an Uber hired vehicle, that is a private vehicle. So if it is determined by their insurance company that they were hiring out their car to give folks rides, then they would most likely decline coverage. If you are driving in your own vehicle and you are hit by somebody that's driving an Uber vehicle and there's no coverage under the policy, then you will be out of luck unless you have uninsured motorist coverage. Also, if you're riding in an Uber vehicle and it is the Uber driver's fault in an accident, you would be coverage by the Uber driver's insurance policy, and you would hopefully have some kind of uninsured motorist coverage. If you don't, then you could not collect anything for your injuries. So it is very important to determine whether you yourself have coverage, and most people, they use Uber vehicles because they don't have cars, so that's a problem. The legislature in California and the governor of California have recently negotiated terms with Uber and Lyft and these other ride networks to make sure that they provide a basic coverage of $25,000 per person and $50,000 per accident. But if there's a serious accident, this will not necessarily be enough coverage. So that is something to keep in mind when you are riding in an Uber vehicle or you are involved in an accident with someone who is driving an